Hi, I'm Kath from Bottom-line Bookclub.com and AgileLiving.net, and thank you so much for stopping by to check out the Bottom-line Book Club. I wanted to share with you briefly about why I created the Bottom-line Book Club. What happens is that I tend to attract what I call why learners in my coaching. And why learners are people who want to know the background and the how and the why behind what we're doing in the sessions so that they can coach themselves. Because they like doing for themselves. And also because they're often coaching other people. They might be coaches or just leaders in some form, people who are helping other people to change their thinking and behavior. And so often this would lead me to recommending a book because I read quite widely. And then because they're so busy, often how they'd respond is they'd say, well, I'll get the book and I'll get around to reading it eventually. But just give me the bottom line quickly now so that we can get started. And so that's where it started, and the Bottom-line Book Club got its name. And then something that I found myself thinking a lot about, and I guess being kind of annoyed with, is that there's so much personal development information out there these days, and often people are just buying the best-selling books. And some of those books are good, some of them are really good, and some of them are a load of crap. And then there are also a lot of books that have not sold very well, but they're an absolute gold mine of solid, powerful change tools. It's just that it wasn't marketed quite as well. And so I want to help people to skip the crap and not buy into the stuff that has all the hype around it just because it's a bestseller, but to find the stuff that's really solid, good tools. And then I'm also choosing these books based on agile living. And so if the agile living philosophy appeals to you from reading my blog at agileliving.net, then you can know that the Bottom-line Book Club is wrapped around those agile living values, and all of the bottom lines will help you, to be more agile in your life. Now, I know that these days we're always looking for time savers, because we're so busy. But although the Bottom-line Book Club will give you the most important ideas in the book in much less time than if you were to read it yourself, the main thing that you're going to get out of the club is probably not going to be the time-saving factor. The feedback that I've had from members is that the bottom lines get them kind of, so ignited and curious that they go out and buy the book so that they can read it alongside the Bottom-line program. In fact, I loved what one of the members said. They said something along the lines of, it feels like I'm getting to sit down and have this wonderful cafe conversation, stimulating conversation with my coach and the author, and I get to, hang out with them and join in. I love that idea. Now, Daniel Coyle's book, The Talent Code, has also been a really big source of inspiration for the Bottom-line Book Club. And his book is really, it's all about how do you take yourself from, kind of having some exposure to something to being able to actually really do it. How do you build solid skills? And that's actually the main thing that you're going to get out of the Bottom-line Book Club is, I'm helping you to develop solid skills so that you can actually use your knowledge rather than just kind of collecting more information. And so Coyle talks about 3 ingredients that you need in order to develop mastery and skill. And the first is you need something to ignite your interest and enthusiasm so that you want to learn more and are willing to put yourself into, through some of the harder, the dip, as Seth Godin calls it, the harder part of building skill, which is the second part that you need in place. You need some sort of layered learning process, and he calls this deep practice, but it's basically this idea that you go back over and over similar material so that you really wire it in at a deep level. And then he says you need a master coach to help to guide you through. And so, rather than creating quick, dry summaries or abstracts of books, I've aimed to ignite your curiosity and your enthusiasm to learn. And I think I've managed to do that based on the feedback that people are saying that they've rushed out and gone and bought the book. And then I'm creating a structured program that'll facilitate layered learning so that you're exposed to the material in a few different formats. And that allows you also, if you have a different style of learning, well, we all have different styles of learning, but there are a few core styles that I'm ensuring that there's visual, there's auditory, and then there's actual doing in the form of the workbook exercises and the coaching emails. And then through the coaching exercises and questions and tools, those are tools that I know top coaches are using in order to help themselves to apply knowledge to their own lives and make the changes they want. So the bottom lines, they're not a dry summary, they're quite opinionated. I share about what I've found that works best based on my coaching experience. And I make links between many of the core ideas in personal development books, across books. And so you might be wanting to learn more about personal development in general, or you might be wanting to live a more agile life, but just kind of, learn in a generative way. There's not a particular thing that you want to target right now. Or perhaps you're a leader or a coach who helps other people to change their thinking or their behavior. Either way, I've created the Bottom-line Book Club to help you to find the most effective change tools and ideas, and to use those change tools and ideas that top coaches use, and to guide you to develop the skills to use those ideas and tools so that you can go about creating more of the life you want and being more of the person you want to be. So read on, and I hope to see you on the other side.